Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you will find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of the day's astrology, may give us something more to think about. So, let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Seven of Cups, and it is here because it corresponds in astrology with the last 10 days or the third decan of the sun's transit in the land here of Scorpio. So Scorpio is a water sign, and cups and tarot are water element symbolism as well. And water element symbolism has to do with the feeling life, emotions that arise, intuitive responses that arise with those emotions, what the physical sensation is of the emotion, what other kind of questions or information might come up with those feelings, right? So here we come to the Seven of Cups, and this is a sort of a mode of fantastical thinking, right? We're thinking about the kinds of possibilities that are sort of pie in the sky possibilities for us here. We're imagining options that, may be kind of beyond our physical means at this time, but they contain potential hopes that we have for the future, right? So, it's a great time right now to be in this sort of mode of wishful thinking when we're giving consideration to the bigger, better things that we would like to have for ourselves. Neptune and Jupiter here are conjunct in the land of Pisces, where they both rule, so they're both very effective and comfortable here. So we are very effective and comfortable right now when it comes to being able to know what's going on in our imagination from a creative standpoint, know what it is that we're dreaming of, what our intuitions are telling us, what our emotions are telling us, what our sense of connection to ourselves, to other people, to spirit, to the world at large is telling us. So we're very clear and open to that. And that creative faculty, the Neptune, especially retrograde, while it's giving us this clarity, is conjunct here with Jupiter. That's just like, yes, I want to give you bigger things. I'm here for your expansion. I'm here to see you grow and get bigger and better as you go through your life. Okay, so this is here to help you set bigger goals for yourself. And to have just bigger and better ideas of what you can be, do, and have for your own life. We're very good at this right now. It's obviously an optimal time to be dreaming a little bit about what we might like to have beyond what already exists in our lives. And just remember not to become disillusioned. If you get what you want and it turns out to come with a bunch of responsibilities or burdens that you did not anticipate coming with the good stuff. Okay, there's always a responsibility that is attached to a freedom, right? And there's always a bit of a burden that is attached to something of great value. So, keeping that in mind and just understanding that we don't know all of what is entailed in having those dreams come true, that doesn't mean it isn't worth it to dream, and it doesn't mean that it isn't worth it to pursue those bigger goals for ourselves. And we got the Six of Pentacles. I like this card, and we haven't seen it in a minute. So, Six of Pentacles is, on its surface and very much about generosity, right? This is a point in a person's development where they have gotten beyond just meeting their own basic needs, and I'm talking about physical needs, having the house over your head that you need, having the hot running water flowing in the taps, and just having your basic physical needs met so that you are supported. This person is beyond just supporting themselves. They're able to show up in style and, even bearing gifts for people who are maybe not as well off. Okay. So it's a sign of generosity. It is a sign of, just being in a space where we feel generous and we want to share what gifts we have, whether those are, physical gifts, whether that is something that costs money or just took us time to create, or, you know, beyond that, whatever gifts that we have in terms of our capacity to generate, or our capacity to help people generate more security in their lives. And that's really appropriate. You know, Moon is in opposition to Jupiter today. And when the Moon and Jupiter get together, we do feel kind of generous and open and desiring to share. And, you know, there's just the advice that goes with it, like, don't overdo it. Don't overspend on your friends because you're feeling, you know, expansive and impressive, okay? Don't give more than you really have to give, all right? But definitely, if you're feeling like you can open up and share with somebody about something, and especially about your physical means, or, you know, to share of your physical means, then this is a good day to do that. Let's see if I see it anywhere else on the chart. So that's Moon opposite Jupiter is what we were talking about there. And you know, Uranus and Pluto have been trine. I'm not seeing that on the page today, huh? Are they out of their trine now? Yeah, they are. Well, they've been trine forever, but they are no longer trine. In any case, Uranus is in Taurus, and so there have been some changes coming about in our ability not only to get what it is that we need, but also to give what it is that we would like to give. And that is very much in terms of physical resources. It is in terms of bringing our gifts to the table, our gifts for generation and stability, and our gifts for what was I going to say? Seeing a change in our ability to bring that about. So, you know, perhaps in the past we have not felt so generous. We have not felt like we had the stability we needed under our feet in order to share what we have, and now a change is coming up, or has come up lately in our lives. Exciting changes is what Uranus does for a living. You know, that is allowing us to open up and be a little more generous. So, you know, hopefully that is the case for you now, or it's coming up for you very soon. And, you know, Saturn is down here in Uranus. This makes me think of Saturn and Uranus too, because, I mean, not in Uranus, but in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is about, you know, the structures for stability and safety that we lean on, that we build so that we can share with others for our own sense of security. And in Aquarius, that's about being a benefit to everybody, right? If it's something that just supports me, then it's not going to do the trick. Saturn in Aquarius says it's going to have to be something that that supports the collective, that lifts the collective up. And I see that here with the Six of Pentacles. Like, finally, I've got enough sort of change and coin in my purse right now that I can not just, you know, show up looking great and feeling stable and secure, but I can show up with enough resources to share with others and sort of be the rising tide that lifts all boats. Okay, let's take these together. 7 and a 6. 7 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. Well, definitely, you know, 6 of Pentacles is sort of living out. I'm imagining the 6 of Pentacles here is sort of living out something that the 7 of Cups has dreamed of, right? Like, this is in the past and this is in the present, or this is in the present and this is in the future. You know, one of these cups is just sort of overflowing with jewels and riches. And so, you know, definitely that's one of those things that we dream of. We dream of, like, many of us dream of making more money, of having more resource security that way. And it's not ever so that we can just hoard it all in a bank account and you know, and keep it to ourselves. Or at least I'm assuming that it most of the time is coming from a place of actually wanting to share. You know, we know what we need. We know what we would like to be able to do for our family. And gee, if I could win that, you know, $2 billion lottery, then I could show up at, you know, at my family and friend functions, you know, not just looking good and feeling supported, but also being supportive of the people around me. And, you know, that's that's generally a big part of the reason that we sort of wish for wealth in our lives, is so that we have what we need so that we can share with people when we want to share with them. So that's a great thing to dream for. It's a great thing to be aiming for, even if that seems like pie in the sky, even if that seems like beyond your wildest dreams to have enough to share. Understand it is not beyond your wildest dreams. If it's one of your dreams, then it is not beyond your wildest dreams, okay? If it is your dream to be able to be so well resourced that you have enough to share with other people, that is really an admirable dream. And if you can dream about it, then you can think about it. If you can think about it, you can make a plan. And if you can make a plan, you can reach a goal and you can get there, okay? So just understand that, having this sort of bigger idea of ourselves, where we're not just sort of getting by, and we're not just sort of taking care of ourselves, but we're able to do better than get by, and we're able to help other people take care of themselves. It is something to aim for. It is definitely something to aim for, even if you think that it is sort of beyond the pale of what you could do right now. It is not beyond the pale of what you could ever do. It is absolutely a goal worth going for. And, it doesn't sound like a very specific goal, right? It doesn't sound like I'm going to get my PhD in this and such and have this kind of job and make this kind of money, right? Because this is a little bit about manifestation, right? Turning what we can imagine into our material reality. So, a lot of what they say in manifestation is to not be too attached to the how. And that doesn't mean don't have any idea where you're going, or don't even have any idea how you might get there, okay? But it does mean that you don't have to have every inch of every step of the plan sort of written down and ready to be acted upon when it's time, right? You can kind of set the goal. You can say, yes, it's not like I need to make $7 million by the time I'm 25. It's really more like my desire is to be so well resourced that I feel as though I can, be secure and share my resources with others. And then with manifestation, then we just start, thinking of ourselves as being so well resourced that we can share with others. We start trying to share with others. We start taking advantage of opportunities to pick up resources so that we have more to share with others. Okay. So just having that idea in mind, like, I just wish I had enough that I could be well supported and also share with my friends and family. That's a great goal to be working on. It's a great goal to be getting in the mindset of, okay. And it's really, also not necessarily about how you're going to get there. It's not like I need to make $7 million and this is how I'm going to do it. More like, I would like to have enough to share, and I'm open to whatever possibilities that I can respond to, so that I can get to that place of security where I can share. So, pick the goal, even if it is, not a very specific goal. It's specific enough to say, I want to be secure enough and well-resourced enough that I have enough to share. And it's sufficient to say, I'm open to getting there however I can, in whatever way that I'm capable of doing. I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.